Hello, Max here. Very happy to bring you a review of one of my favorite all-time movies. This is the Steelbook edition of Star Wars: A New Hope. In this review, I'm going to be talking about the Steelbook itself, the case, if it works as a collectible for the movie, if you're a fan. I'm going to talk about the movie. Now, a lot of you watching this already know about this movie. It's a benchmark film, but I'm going to comment on it as well. And then I'm going to go over the special features. At the end, I'll give you an overall recommendation if it's worth it as a collectible for the movie and for the special features. First, let's look at the packaging itself. And this is why I purchased this Steelbook. I'm really happy with the design. It's not embossed or debossed, but how can you go wrong with Darth Vader and Star Wars right on the front? Really nice. Here's a look at the spine of the Steelbook. Nice and simple, but I like it. And here is my favorite part of the Steelbook is the back. It's the original Star Wars New Hope movie poster. Isn't this cool? Look at Luke, Leia, Darth Vader in the background with the space and the stars, R2-D2 and C-3PO. Let's open it. Has a nice background of Tatooine. Pretty simple Blu-ray disc design, not much going on there. Nice picture of Luke looking off. I like the inside too. Now I'll give you my experience with rewatching this movie in 2017 on a Blu-ray player on a high-def 4K television. I love it. Now, my problems with the actual movie. The special edition stuff is in here. I'm not against the special edition scenes. They add a little bit. I think they're fun. There should be an option to have the original version without the special edition features and scenes on this Blu-ray. It should be an it just doesn't exist. There's not an edition on Blu-ray that has the original unaltered version. Now, getting back to the special edition scenes, I'm not against them, but the reason there's a problem with them now is, man, do they look dated. If they were going to include them in an add to the original movie, they should keep updating the special effects. On a 4K television, they look horrible, whereas the practical effects look amazing. You could tell when the effects were made. Late 70s was the first Star Wars movie, and you could tell, but they look crisp. Whereas the CGI that was added looks muddy. There's a Jabba scene, which I thought was cool to include Jabba, but the CGI for him, if you're gonna update it, keep updating it to go along with the times. And this is just stuck. It's stuck with the special editions in the 90s. If they need to update it again, either get rid of it altogether or update the CG to today's standards, because it's very glaring that there's an issue with the quality of the crisp practical effects actors and the muddy early CGI. When the special editions were made, it was groundbreaking CGI. Late 90s, we've come a long way. And television sets have come a long way. It no longer looks good. Here is the Blu-ray disc, and let's talk about the special features. And basically, on this edition of this Blu-ray for Star Wars: A New Hope, the only special feature is the audio commentary with George Lucas, and there's an option to include more people including Carrie Fisher, which is nice to have her, especially after the unfortunate death of Carrie Fisher at the end of 2016. But there's very few moments that she chimes in. It is a very enjoyable audio commentary, though. For my final overall thoughts and recommendations on this Steelbook, I would have to say for the special features, definitely no, cannot recommend this. Only an audio commentary for this. There should have been a second Blu-ray for some special features of Star Wars A New Hope. As a collectible, I highly recommend it because of the artwork, the original poster, great to have on the Steelbook, along with Darth Vader. And as for the movie itself on Blu-ray, it's a mixed bag. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And honestly, you do not have many options. This Blu-ray mirrors other releases with the inclusion of the special edition scenes. While I do not mind them, they need updated or removed. Or at least an option to view the movie without them. So the only way I could recommend this Steelbook is as a collectible. The other ways for special features and movie, there's so many ways to see this movie. Do not buy this version if you're only interested in seeing the movie. Get another version, see it another way. As a collectible, yes, that's the way I could recommend it. I hope going over some of these points helped you in your decision making. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.